to go get a little jog in, you know what I mean? This is one of the things I do when I want to clear my mind or, you know, just to get right. They say motion is lotion, you know? It's funny because I'm about to go do a jog, a run, whatever you want to call it. And whenever I do run or go jogging, it makes me think of Mike Tyson. Because I always would watch videos of him, Hagler, and Ali running to give me inspiration, seeing them jogging. Ali was very motivating, the way he would approach his jogging and his running and his method. Tyson too was so focused, and you know, seeing those videos of him getting out of bed at 4 or 5 in the morning just to go running in the cold. He'd be running in a goose down and a puff jacket, you know. So that used to inspire me. Check it out. Look, let's give you a taste of New York. I just think the colors are dope, the way they hit in the buildings. But yeah, man, I popped on here because last night was the JakePaul Tyson fight, and I had took a bunch of footage, snapped a bunch of pictures, had said a bunch of things like to make a video, but the way it ended up turning out and what it ended up being, I just deleted all of that and just decided. At first, I wasn't even going to do a video pertaining to it, but I'm going to speak on it, and I'm going to speak on the Queen, AmandaSerrano, and her match, because to me, that was the best fight of the night. But in one sense, it was the best fight of the night. In the other sense, it was the worst fight of the night because she got robbed, and I feel like that other girl should have got disqualified. But maybe I take that back. That Barrios and Ramos fight was pretty good too. They was going at it. So, you know, the undercard was better. But let's start with Tyson. Wait up. Before we start with Tyson, hold on. These people are here. I don't want to put them on camera because maybe they don't want to be on camera. This is the FDR Drive, though. The famous FDR Drive. Look at the bridge. I just think that sunset is dope. So check it. It's crazy because it's November, and it's November 16th right now when I'm recording this. I don't know if I'm gonna put it out tonight or tomorrow, but usually years ago, New York would be freezing this time of year. But I guess climate change or whatever, now it's decent enough where I could just wear a hoodie and go running. So I don't know if I should appreciate that or be scared of that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a native New Yorker, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, and look at these homeless right here. So first of all, this all just a few weeks ago was all clear and grass. But it seems like in the last 2 weeks, some homeless people just came and made their houses right here. And they cleaned this part up, but this was bad too. Because I went running like a week ago, and there was a whole bunch of homeless stuff right here. Like, they had mattresses, and New York is getting crazy. But anyway, I'll talk about that in another video. Right now, we're going to focus on, you know what? I'll start off with AmandaSerrano and the KatieTaylor fight. AmandaSerrano, Boricua, Puerto Rican, from Brooklyn, to my understanding. You know, Tony Hinchcliffe doesn't like both of us. The Puerto Ricans in the house. Ain't nobody supposed to be riding bike here. But, you know, dudes don't follow rules. I used to not follow rules either, but... yeah, so AmandaSerrano She got robbed last night. That other girl should have got disqualified. Amanda was giving her the business, and you could see the fear in that girl's eyes. Anybody that didn't see the fight or thinks that I'm capping or disagrees, go back, watch the fight, and see how scared Taylor's eyes are. You know how to spot fear. Okay? So she was scared. AmandaSerrano was giving her the beats with the gloves. This girl started charging in head first and straight leading with her head. And AmandaSerrano was putting the beats on her, and she started charging in head first. AmandaSerrano, in 47 fights before that fight, has never been cut in her face. What does that tell you? The girl headbutted her so badly that she couldn't focus after that. And I've been in a lot of fights. I know what that's like, man. I know what it's like to be all kind of things in a fight. To be tired, to be bleeding, to be all kind of stuff. And it distracts you from doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? She still kept it 100 like a champ. Wanted to keep going. She gave it her all. And I was so mad, and I wanted her to stop. I didn't even want her to keep fighting, to tell you the truth. I did not want her to keep fighting because I was afraid she was going to get really hurt bad or just get knocked out or something because she couldn't see, and the girl was going to take advantage of her injury. But Amanda fought on. The girl kept going with the headbutt to the point that finally the ref had to address it. But he didn't address it properly from Jump Street. I'm glad the way her trainer spoke at the end, Amanda's trainer. Everything he said was 100% truth. And I understand the way he was feeling because, to keep it real, he kept his composure. Him and Amanda showed so much class. She showed a lot of class, man. Even though she knows the girl cheated, even though the fight wasn't fair and everything, she still hugged the girl. She still was gracious. And I don't know if I would have did that, you know? So I got to salute her, man. She's a true champ. And I give her all the respect in the world. You know, she deserves to, they're scared of her. They're scared of her. Scared. That girl holding those belts and everything, that shit means nothing. Holding all those belts like you can't even fight. Looking all roided up and manly, and you can't even fight. Got to be charging in. I mean, I said this in a video before that I'm not going to lie. I used to get mad at Holyfield because Holyfield used to headbutt a lot. You go search it up on YouTube or Google, and you will see Holyfield headbutting from early on in his career, headbutting people. And that's how he got Mike. Once he hit Mike with that headbutt, the fight was done. You know? Not to say he might, and listen, he probably could have still beat Mike without the headbutt. But since we brought up Mike, now let's get into Mike Tyson, man, and JakePaul. Mike looked like he did not want to be there last night. He looked like, everything was cool during the promotion stage and the acting stage. Mike has become an actor in these last decade and a half. He's been an actor. He's been in The Hangover and a bunch of other movies like B movies and stuff. But Mike is an actor now. And he knew how to play into it for the promotion. Look at the bridge. He knew how to play into it to sell the event. You know what I mean? And I want to salute JakePaul too, because he could have took advantage 100%. He could have took advantage big time, and he didn't. You could see it in his eyes that he spared Mike. You know what I mean? The funniest shit of the night was when Mike flashed his buns. Mike is crazy, bro. When he did that, when he kissed his son and turned around and flashed his ass, bro, I was crying. I was laughing so hard in my house, bro. But when Mike was in that ring, You know, you could see that there was a mental, there was like, I don't want to say lapse, but he was going through something mentally, man. He was reverting back. And Teddy Atlas said this years ago, that when certain things happen, you revert back to who you was, or you go back to a kid. And Mike was looking like that, like a kid that sucks his thumb or looks for some type of comfort. You know, they started giving kids fidget spinners and all of that. Mike looked like that. He looked like, I'm over here. Here we go. We at the track. But I'm not even gonna go in there yet. I'm gonna chill right here and talk to y'all. Yeah, so Mike looked like he was out of it, man. He looked scared in his eyes. He looked scared. He looked like the moment, like he did not want to be there, bro. His legs were shot. The way Roy Jones pointed it out from the beginning, he was right on the money. Mike, his legs looked horrible, bro. He looked like an old, his legs looked like Robert Parrish's legs at the end of his career, bro. I'm telling you. He looked beat down, looking like Tree Rollins or somebody. Like, his legs was looking done, bro. And then that brace and everything, it was like he was on some broken stilts, you know what I mean? And he tried to go through with it, but he looked like he didn't want to, and he kept just biting his glove. Listen, I seen all of Mike Tyson's fights. Maybe he did that once or twice later in his life, but Mike used to not never do that, man. Mike was a professional. But see, one thing we need to know about Mike Tyson, if you're a real Mike Tyson fan and you're not just caught up in the hype and nostalgia and everything, then you know that Mike Tyson has never been a technician. He's not a technician. He's not Floyd Mayweather. He's not James Toney. He's not Sugar Ray Leonard. He's not Ali. He's not none of those guys who can think and adjust on their feet. Mike was taught, he's what you call a program fighter. Mike needs a trainer there that knows what he's doing. When Kevin Rooney was there, and before that Teddy Atlas, Mike was trained on a number system, which means Kevin Rooney or Atlas would be in the corner watching the fight. They would be his brain watching the fight. And whatever the guy was doing, they would yell out from the corner, 489. And that would mean hook, duck, roll, jab. 748. You know, jab, jab, overhand right, spin. Every number represented a move that Mike was supposed to make to counter the guy he was fighting. So when Kevin Rooney was there, he was a machine. Soon as Don King and the powers that be separated Mike, you know, Robin Givens, all that, they threw Robin Givens in his life. They throw these things at you, man. They throw all this money at you, everything, so you can implode and self-destruct. And Mike experienced that to a freaking meteoric degree. You know what I mean? He was on top of the world. He was the biggest person in the world as far as fighting and all of that. And he imploded. You know what I mean? So Mike has been having hidden enemies and haters behind the scenes. In front of the scenes and behind the scenes that we can't see. We don't see, like I said in the last video, when these fighters used to get threatened, or the mafia or somebody would walk into their training room or wherever they was at and tell them, listen, you got to take a dive tonight, or you're going to lose tonight, or whatever. We don't see that. All you see is the fight, and you see the guy falling down or getting beat or whatever. You don't know that he lost on purpose. And there's some people out there that they love sports so bad that they can't come to grips with sports being fixed. But a lot of times sports are fixed, man, because there's big money involved. And I love sports, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Money runs the world, you know? So I feel bad for Mike, man. I was there. I was like just feeling sad for homie. I was like, this is not Mike Tyson. And he looked old and withered. He really looked haggard last night. He didn't look like himself, man. And he's still, you know, one of my champions, one of my influences, one of my icons, legends, somebody that I really look up to and respect. And I love the person that he's become after fighting, what he's evolved into, his mental, the way he expresses himself, the way he encourages people, the way he helps the people he has love for, as I stated before. So no judgment on Mike, because I think any of us would have took that bag. We get offered that money. Who's going to turn that down? So I give JakePaul respect. I looked at JakePaul like, I'm going to keep it honest with you. I didn't respect JakePaul before this fight last night. I just looked at him like a character, like a personality that's been manufactured and put out there and put in front of our face and made to be on top. But I give him respect after last night, man, because he showed grace and humility, and I feel like he could have really hurt Mike last night, man. And he saw that Mike was not into it. He saw that Mike wasn't right, and he respected that and took it easy, man, and let Mike get his money. He still got the exposure. So even though Paul didn't, beat him down, which he could have, he still got the exposure. And it was a big turnout. We get caught up in nostalgia, man. We still want Tyson to be the best. If you're from that era, you still want Tyson to be the best. You still want Rakim to be the best rapper. You still want, you still want a lot of this. Yo, is that the moon? Yo, check this shit out. Let's see if y'all can see this. This about to fuck your head up. Look at the moon sitting low, red. Check this shit out. And I heard yesterday was like, I know it's been a full moon the last 3 days. Yesterday they said it was like a super moon. But I never seen the moon like that low and that bright orange, man. I don't know. The world is a different world right now we living in. But yeah, man, I'm glad that Mike was able to get out of there and retain his health. Health is very important, man. Take care of yourselves, Be smart with your decisions. And, take care of your mental health, everything. Because you see Mike's admitted to going through some things. He's admitted to being in the psych ward before. He's admitted to having mental lapses. And who wouldn't with a life like that, I know I've done so much in my life that sometimes it feels overwhelming. Life can be overwhelming, But salute to JakePaul. Respect to him. He got Mike a bag, and he didn't hurt Mike when he could have. And AmandaSerrano, I want to take my hat off to you, even though I don't have a hat. Take my hoodie off, I guess. To you for being a real champion and for fighting through that. Because a lot of people would have said, hey, this is corrupt. What's going on here? And just told their corner or somebody, listen, stop the fight, or could have pushed for that. And she went on. And honestly, she should have still won the fight. But I'm kind of disappointed with Texas. Texas used to have a reputation for being racist and things like that. And I have family down there. I don't want to look at Texas like that. I've heard one of my legends that I look up to say that Texas is racist. Scarface, who's from Texas, and the Ghetto Boys and things like that. And we don't like to believe that racism exists these days, but I see it when I look around, and I see it online, and it's prevalent, and they disguise it with chuckles and things of that nature and jokes, like when Hinchcliffe said what he said, Tony Hinchcliffe at the Trump rally. And if you notice, he did that in New York, which has always been the Mecca for Puerto Ricans. That's where you get the New Yorican. One of the most influential people or personalities in the culture, the New Yorican. Besides the American black male, New Yoricans help influence worldwide culture with hip-hop, with graffiti, with all the things that are imitated and mimicked. You look at Europe, you look at Asia, they're doing graffiti now. In New York, we don't even care. We left graffiti alone in the 80s. You know what I mean? And they still do it like it's something, and they still break dance and do all that stuff that we don't even care about, because we invent shit like, and we move on from it. We just, the source is just, it just, you know what I mean? All of that just comes out. It's natural for us. So while other people got to study it and study it and study it to perfect it, you know what I mean? And Mike is one of those influences, man. He influenced the culture. As I stated before, he is the culture. You know, he's part of the culture. And, you know, yesterday I was very disappointed. I was disappointed with the Serrano fight, and I was disappointed with the Tyson-Paul fight. So, any of y'all that feel like me, you know, you could drop your sentiments in the comments, you know what I mean? And let me know what y'all think. But I just feel like things could have been better. I look forward to better boxing. You know, I like Tank Davis. I think that if Paul fights a real boxer, you know, and where they're allowed to fight and go at it, that's going to be way more interesting. And then I could judge him and see if he's really a boxer or just a media personality, you know? But that's it for now. I'm going to get this workout in and say peace to y'all.